Hello and welcome to Journey with Aristea. I am so happy to have you here to drop in and to talk about some really important topics: women's health, fertility, menstruation, tuning into the power that we have as women and what we transform on a monthly basis through this cycle that we're in. So just breathing in, connecting into this space, this portal, this energy. And bringing in the remembrance and the connection with our body. Acknowledging that not everything that society teaches us is true about our body. Acknowledging that at this time it's our responsibility to learn and to remember our power, to honor ourself and where we are at. Just dropping into this space. So I'm going to share some wisdom and knowledge that has been shared with me, either through formal teachings or mentorship or reading, all different ways to receive information. And I'm just going to bring in and call in Reiki energy. If you're open to receiving, just allowing that to be received to help support and flow any stagnant energy in the body, the energy field, the emotional fields. Just calling in the ancestors, guides, spirit helpers, bringing in strength, bringing in the openness to receive. Beautiful. So when we talk about menstruation, this is one part of our cycle. The menstrual, the flow, the dot, the period, whatever we want to call it, this is the beginning of our cycle. So we actually consider the first day of our bleed as day 0. This is day 0. And at day 0, on the quantum level, we are experiencing this death, life cycle. We are physically letting go of this blood. In traditional Chinese medicine, it's referred to as heavenly waters. And we're letting go of that. And on an energetic, physical level, we're letting go of something deeper, possibly grieving something that came up in the past cycle, grieving a part of ourself that no longer exists, grieving an environment maybe you physically moved, grieving the loss of someone, a loss of a friendship, a loss of a job. Really bringing in a moment to reflect on, what are you letting go of in this cycle? What's being shed? Because whether we tune into it or not, it's happening. Whether we even bleed or not, if we have amenorrhea, there's still a cycle of grief, of loss, of death happening. So I invite you to tune into, what am I letting go of? What has come up over this cycle that I am now grieving? And then on the other side, we are birthing something new. When we have death, there is life. This is the yin and the yang. Death would be the yin, and yang would be the birth of new life. And what am I creating? Whether it's a birth of a child or a birth of a new idea, a new creation, moving into a new house, the birth of a new version of yourself. What am I stepping into? What am I creating? These are beautiful questions to ask yourself during this menstrual phase, during the releasing of this menstrual blood. When we have physical symptoms such as pain, sometimes we need to monitor them, and there could be concern with the body. But other times it's it's actually in tune with our cycle. So when we are creating something, our cervix actually opens to create this newness. So if we're going through a really big month and a lot of changes, it's totally okay for there to be some pain and some opening of what you're stepping into, where our body's literally opening to birth something new. Okay, so just tuning into the power of that, because I feel like women have been put into this box of, hormonal, emotional, PMS symptoms, that they're in pain, and really this negative connotation with the cycle. But can we tune into the power of these things? When we are more emotional, we're actually really in tune with our emotions. We're actually in tune with what's coming up. And that could be from the last 30 days, or that could be even previous month after previous month. These emotions are coming up to the surface. So I want to switch our framework to, rather than seeing us as a problem, see these emotions as a radical fucking healing, a radical fucking transformation of what we're going through, and give ourselves the permission to feel it. And I'm not saying speak meanly to people or your partner. I'm saying take that emotion, whether it's irritability, rage, or grief, and fucking give yourself the space to express it, because there is nothing wrong with it. It is powerful. You are powerful. And you feeling into these emotions is powerful and so transformational for yourself and the entire planet. So really tuning into that framework of, oh, I'm sensitive to my environment, I'm tuned into my emotions, and I have the opportunity to express it. Okay? Yes. When we are talking about the rebirth, the life cycle, we are creating something new. So also tuning into that newness, that creation. The women that I work with who do have concerns that they want to work on and tonify and receive support with, often there is a yin deficiency component. So when we talk about yin deficiency, we're talking about the deficiency of the feminine, which is so crazy, and it makes sense in our culture and our society, right? Because our culture and our society really values the masculine, the patriarchal, the masculine, the doing, the acting, and the feminine is the passive, right? It's the reflective, it is the shadow, the moon, the emotion. And we just don't naturally value that as much as the masculine, productive, doing, active energy. So we tend to have more yin deficiency. And also, when we talk about the yin and the yang, the yin is the physical. The yang is more energetic. So, for example, the blood is the yin. The energy that allows the blood to flow, the qi, is the yang. Okay, so when we're yin deficient, we can actually be blood deficient, and that's when we have, like amenorrhea possibly, or we have heat flashes in menopause, or we have like dry mouth, dry eyes, um, dryness in the vagina. Any kind of like dry symptoms are very yin deficiency, as well as this like heat coming up. Our society supports the yin deficiency through its value of the masculine. So, as women, I feel like it is our responsibility to honor and relearn and really value the feminine, regardless of what anyone else thinks, honestly. And as we step into honoring the feminine and valuing the feminine, even though it can be really scary, because in order to understand the value of the feminine, you have to drop into surrender and passivity, right? And reflectiveness. So if you want something, if you have a desire, instead of doing A, B, C, D to get that thing, you are saying, okay, I have this desire, but I'm just going to allow it to come to me. That takes a lot of courage, because you don't know how it's going to come to you. There is an unseenness, there is an unclearness, and that courage is being called on us to honor and to let go and to surrender. Yeah, that's what's happening right now, and it's a beautiful thing to step into and to really receive. The yin, the feminine, is receptive, it's receiving. So even in your daily life, like, what are you receiving? Are you overacting on things that actually the universe will just naturally bring to you, out of the motivation that if I don't do it myself, I won't get it, I won't receive it, it won't happen. There's of course a balance with this. Like, I'm not saying, just be a monk and meditate and you'll get everything that you want. There's a balance of the feminine and the masculine, but where we're at right now in our society is on the spectrum. We're more leaning to the masculine, and the result, unfortunately for women, is that we're experiencing like infertility and irregular cycles, and like in more intense menopausal symptoms. So how can we tune into the yin, the feminine? Acupuncture, what I practice, is really supporting women, and I'm so grateful to be in that space. TCM is really supportive, and I have other videos on here to help you tune into the pelvic floor area, and also another video on moxibustion, how to do this at home. So please see those resources for more ways that you can tune into this energy. So like I said, it's our responsibility to come back to the feminine and to honor the feminine. And another amazing way to do this is just by being with women. Just by being with women, going on a walk with your women friends, being in nature. Nature is so yin, grounding is so yin. Taking a moment to slow down. Connect with your yin, slow down, tune into the power of you as a woman. And if you have a hard time doing that, reach out to another woman who inspires you and who supports you. And if you don't have another woman who can support you, like I said, go out in nature, because she will support you and ground you, and all you have to do is just be. Nothing else. All you have to do is breathe and be. So that is the completion of this episode on fertility, understanding the cultural ways that we are needing to navigate and reprogram and step into for ourselves and let go of, and talking about the TCM component of fertility a bit and the quantum of that life, death, rebirth cycle. So I hope that you received the insight and wisdom and guidance that you need at this point in time, and I look forward to talking more about this topic with you. Mwah. Have a beautiful day.